Hey Mama, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jocelyn. I'm a fellow mom of 5, and something unique about me is I have hair that grows 2 colors. My hair actually grows brunette, and then I have a blonde spot up front. So that's kind of a random and fun fact about me that a lot of you may not know. And I am here to podcast about finding positivity during pregnancy and motherhood. Right now we are talking a little bit about postpartum. We are on week 11. My plan was to go through week 12, unless some of you reach out and would like me to do more postpartum. Otherwise, we will jump back into pregnancy. So at least stay tuned for a couple more weeks of postpartum. And if you really want more postpartum, I would love to do that. I just need some requests. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to pregnancy and helping moms finding positivity in pregnancy. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, fellow mom of 5 and host of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find the positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life. And I can help you. Let's find positivity during our pregnancies and in our motherhood together. Thanks for joining. If you are new here, on Friday I usually do a pregnancy type focused episode, baby specific, pregnancy baby. And then on Tuesday I usually do like a motherhood episode. My Tuesday episodes are not quite as regular as my Friday episode because I also am a stay-at-home mom who has chosen to homeschool. And I also help my husband in his business, and I have a little side candle business. So I have a few things that I've got my hands in, but I do try to do that because it is good for me, and I feel it important to share what I have learned. Kind of one of those inspirations that God has led me to do and to share. So that is kind of a little bit how my show works and my purpose, why I'm here. And this week is week 11 with postpartum, and we are going to talk first about baby. Something exciting with baby is they can see in more color now. They really like bright colors. So a couple of ways to show babies bright colors is to get bright colored paper and maybe set it around where they lay. Prop it up on books or by the wall where they're laying. You can also show them colorful books. I used to sometimes prop colorful books up around my kids for them to look at when they could just lay and weren't really moving around a lot. So show them colorful things. Along with that, so that's one of their senses. Baby is using all their senses now to explore the world around them. So in order to see, you show them bright colors or to help them with the vision. For smelling, you can diffuse some essential oils like lavender or orange. And you don't need to stick your baby in the diffuser, but this is just a way to heighten their senses. And where they can use all their senses now, it's pretty neat and kind of fun to see them to discover. Use music. Either play your favorite tunes on your phone or a speaker, or if you play an instrument, play it for your baby. I always find that really cool when moms can play the instruments or do something for their babies that way that they know. Touch. At this point, babies like textured toys, things that they can kind of feel the different textures of. I don't know if you've seen those touch and feel books, but it's kind of fun to take their hand and let them feel the different textures in those books. We have a couple of them, and you'll learn, and you'll learn how excited the baby gets, and they'll get into a rhythm and they'll start learning the routine of where to touch when When you look at those textured books and stuff, and as they get older, like my baby is 1, he'll touch it and say soft, and it's really cute. Taste. Baby is also wanting to chew on things. So you likely are not going to be feeding your baby solids at this point. They're likely not ready for that. I don't think it's recommended to feed them solids till, I don't know, closer to 4 to 6 months. So use your judgment and do your research on that. But they like to put things in their mouth. You've probably realized this. If they have something in their hand, it usually goes to their mouth. Sometimes it's just their hands that go to their mouth. But give them like safe baby toys that they can chew on. There's like a little, it's like a banana. Well, it is a banana, but it's like a fruit set that I have got for my kids. I'll see if I can link it in the show notes. I don't get paid for advertising this. This was just toys that my babies have liked to chew on. So I will try to link that banana and like little strawberry thing that I had in the show notes. So that's a way for them to use their taste, is just to chew on some of these baby toys. It's exciting to watch your kids learn and grow and discover. So enjoy those moments. Enjoy those moments with your baby. Smile at them when they smile and just enjoy watching them discover. It is so fun. And the more babies I've had 5, I would just find myself watching them more and more with each baby because it's so fun to see them discover. We were going to shift a little bit now into what you might be dealing with. And I am going to go into that with a little ode that I wrote. Now, I called it an ode, but those of you who are really big into English, this may not follow all the parameters of an ode. Nonetheless, that is what I called it, and I will read it to you. It says, Ode to my hair. Oh, my hair, you used to be there. Now you fall out of my head, filling me with dread. I find you on the floor, on the walls and door. I find you on my back, my front, and in my crack. I think it soon will stop, but then 100 more drop. Bald I may become, this hair loss isn't fun. I wrote that back in 2015, holy cow, 10 years ago, shortly after, a few months after the birth of my daughter, and the hair loss was really ramping up. I know that I've mentioned hair loss before, but it's going to start if it hasn't already. And the reason for this is during pregnancy, likely due to the increased estrogen, your hair stays in and it doesn't fall out. And so it's like after you have the baby, it's like ready to release it all. And you shed so much hair, or at least I did. I lost so much hair, and those first couple times I was like scared that I was going to lose all my hair. It was falling out at an alarming pace, and I really did find it everywhere. I even found it like fridge, freezer, like you name it, that hair somehow traveled everywhere. It was crazy. But if you think about it, you went about 9 or so months without your hair falling out. It's like catching up now, and that is a lot of hair. And don't fear. I know that women sometimes get into hypertensive mode about trying to put all these different hair remedies in to solve it and to make it better. For me, though, I've learned that it comes back. And that is what I want you to know is do not fear. It grows back. I was scared that I was just going to have a lot less hair. And I think if that would have been the case, I probably would have been frantically looking up all the hair cares and regrowth serums that I could find. But it did come back. And every time I've had babies, it comes back. And you are going to get a whole new level of new growth. And you'll get those enjoyable little frizzies that poke out and can be really frustrating to tame, but your hair does grow back. So find hope and peace in that, and that this little hair loss phase, if you haven't hit it, you will. It does come to an end. So that, I think, would have been really nice to know my first time around, because I was like, I didn't know that. And I was like, what the heck is happening? I'm not going to have any hair. Like that ode said, I'm going to be bald. You won't be bald, and it does come back. I always like to encourage you to do something mental to uplift your mind during pregnancy specifically, but postpartum as well. If you struggle postpartum, it's going to be hard to want to have more kids because it turned into a negative experience. Same with pregnancy. I have struggled with my pregnancies, and I had to shift or I wouldn't have been able to have more. It was just too hard. And shifting my mindset helped tremendously, and it can help postpartum too, but it takes effort. We're going to have some new little mnemonics, like ways to remember areas that can help us to find positivity. So these are simple, and I want you to hold on to your favorite this week and practice it during your postpartum to find more positivity in postpartum. So here they are. The first one is gratitude to change your attitude. Gratitude is so powerful. Use it to change your attitude. The second one is postpartum affirmations for mindset domination. So I want you to look up some postpartum affirmations. And if they are hard, I want you to make your own. How affirmations are basically how you want to enjoy your motherhood, how you want to see yourself in this season. Like, I enjoy raising my babies. I find peace in nursing them at night. Or, do you know what I mean? Things you want to get better at. And you want to improve your thoughts in. Those are what affirmations are, something you're trying to become. So the next one is changing the negative to the positive is a great way to live. So sometimes we need to take the negative things in our life and turn them into a positive. So it might be negative that you feel like you're not getting enough sleep. But the positive is that you have a baby. You are blessed with that sweet little child that wakes you up in the night. There are a lot of women who aren't able to have babies, and what a blessing it is that you do have one. And enjoy that and change that negative lack of sleep to a positive, wow, I do have a baby. That's just one little example of changing the negative to the positive. And then the last one that I'm still trying to refine and perfect, but it's mental health can bring emotional wealth. I really wanted to mention joy in that one somehow, but I also like it when they rhyme because they're easier to remember. So I will quickly go through those again. Gratitude to change your attitude. Postpartum affirmations for mindset domination. Changing negative to the positive is a great way to live, and mental health can bring emotional wealth. Think about one of those little catchphrases this week and try to implement what it's saying into your life for more positivity in this postpartum season. If you haven't already, I encourage you to check out my website. I finally have most of it finished. There's some few final touches I'm going to add with changing some of the pictures, especially with my videos. And it has taken me a long time. It's taken me part of December and a lot of January to get it all figured out, how I wanted it, and I encourage you to check it out. There is a pregnancy week by week page. You can just go to that page to figure out what week you are for pregnancy and click on it and listen to that week's podcast. So that is all free. I also have taken my mini course. I used to offer a morning sickness mini course for mental health, and I used to offer 42 videos all in one package. Now I have separated all of those videos into their own purchase. So you can title search those videos or just look in the 4 areas: the gratitude, mental health, changing negative to positive, and pregnancy affirmations, and title search through each of those areas and buy the ones that relate to you. You get the video and the audio, and those are both downloadable. They're really affordable. $2.37 is the highest price. $1.37 is the lowest price. I figured if they were less than 3 minutes, I was going to charge $1.37, and if they're more than 3 minutes, they are $2.37. Now the brackets at the end of the title of those videos, that tells you how much time that video is. So you can kind of get a visual of how much time each video is, and that might influence your purchasing. So I appreciate you doing that. That is a great way to say thank you and bless your life and your pregnancy, is to enjoy those videos and use them. I also have a section on that website for my podcast. I will be putting new podcast episodes there. It's just going to be a great resource to help you find more positivity during pregnancy and motherhood. And I am excited to share it with you. So I hope you'll check that out. It's Positivity in Pregnancy, positivityinpregnancy.com. And there's information in the show notes as well about the changes and my email. So all sorts of good things. My email is positivityinpregnancy@gmail.com. And again, the website is positivityinpregnancy.com. I hope to see you there, and we will be in touch and chat again next week. You got this, Mama. I'm cheering for you. Thank you for being a part of the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts and becoming the mother that you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. Thanks for joining. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward in your motherhood. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.